Army installations had been in Plattsburgh since the American Revolution, when our struggling country fought the British to throw off the yoke of oppression. Much later, a large presence of the powerful Strategic Air Command, or SAC, landed in Plattsburgh. With thousands of troops and even more family members in town, the Plattsburgh area economy soared. And things were to get even better with rumors of the Air Force bringing another wing to Plattsburgh. This came at a time when other bases were being eliminated or downsized. Plattsburgh was elated with what they believed would happen.
We had been told by the highest levels of the Air Force that we were going to, quote unquote, walk in high clover. The general of the Air Force told me that because the whole big wing mission was coming to Plattsburgh. And we were expecting great news. And just the opposite happened. And it was like a death in the family. We were in shock. Our heads were dropped. We really didn't know what to do, what to say. But we had to pick up the pieces immediately thereafter.
The city fathers were left scratching their heads in wonderment. Things did not look good.
What happened? Politics happened.
During the Cold War, the Air Force kept bombers in the air around the clock protecting America. Now it was leaving town. So too was a big chunk of the economy. A federal commission looked at a number of bases to decide if they would be shuttered. Despite Plattsburgh's assurances of staying open, that was not to happen. Instead, the city had to scramble to find new job sources. Fortunately, Montreal-based railcar builder Bombardier was looking for a factory site either in Plattsburgh or Schenectady. Landing a project like that meant good news. It surely could help to replace work lost by the base closure. But right away, there were roadblocks for Bombardier.
They couldn't get on the Air Force Base. There was so much red tape involved with the land, they couldn't get on.
Although Bombardier was not optimistic about Plattsburgh, Mayor Rabideau knew they would be hurting without those jobs. So he gave it one last desperate try. He convinced the railcar maker to visit them just days before their final site decision.
We got into gear within 48 hours. We got an option on 6 acres of land, most of it pretty swampy, but it was zoned industrial. We had some blueprints made up, and I told David Cutler.
Cutler was the man who made the big decision for Bombardier. He said he would visit the site the next day. A road had to be built to the site overnight. Could it be done? The mayor's first call went to Kevin Murphy of Public Works. Rabideau needed a miracle to make the plan work. The wonder came about when scores of dump trucks delivered tons of gravel to make a dirt road to the proposed plant site. By daybreak, an artery awaited Bombardier's inspection. While only a dirt road, to Rabideau, it looked like the yellow brick road of Oz fame.
So the guy from St. Bruno comes down with David Cutler, and we get in the car at City Hall. We drive down through this newly minted, now frozen, feeling like tarmac road. We drive out. We look at our 6 acres. He looks around. He puts up the collar on his coat. Oh, c'est bon, c'est bon. Gets it back into the car, and that was it. We got the deal.
A 2,000-square-foot factory was built the next year, and locally built rail cars rolled off the assembly line the following year.
That was just the start. Now, because of Bombardier pulling in all the component manufacturers, the seats, the windows, the electrical harnesses, the brakes, all these component manufacturers located around Plattsburgh. And because they did, bus manufacturers are now located near Plattsburgh, and now we are a transportation fabrication hub of the Northeast.
The early problems with companies located on the airbase property eventually got straightened out. Today, many companies make products on property that once looked like a doomsday future for Plattsburgh. For Mountain Lake Journal, I'm Jack LeDuc in Plattsburgh.